Peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light. I want to show y'all this, folks. This is from a video I took earlier, and this is supposed to be the sun. I need y'all to really, really take a look at this. Matter of fact, let me back out, and I'm going to super zoom. Okay? Zoom out of that. I'm going to pull the light down, and I'm going to show you all the apparatuses that are going around what they call the sun. Look at the disc that's on top, and this appendage coming off, and all the structure that's around what they call the sun. Now, just take a close look at that, people. You tell me if that looks like it's 90 something plus million miles away, or is this not a physical object that's in our environment that's giving off light? I mean, you clearly can see the structure at the top of it. I'll zoom in tighter and pull down the light. And let's take the light back to normal. That's the original picture. Okay, moving on. This is a crop and a close-up of the object that people call the sun. You see it like this when it's floating through the fog or the haze or the smoke. You can truly see what it really is. You can see it's some type of device. You see the mechanics on top looks like a disc on top of it with some type of hook and all the geometry that's going around it. Just take a look, folks. I thought this was interesting. I got all y'all pictures. They were definitely crazy. Yeah. Soon coming. But I'm compelled to show these things. Moving on. The video on my channel where I say they're all actors, they're all lying. That video won't even play anymore. Because they don't want you to know that these people are acting. Trying to get you to believe in something. To cause panic and fear. Because this type of stuff is in our atmosphere, folks. Look at this. How is this? How do they call this the sun? Okay. Pull down some light. Let's take a look at that, people. What is this dripping off of it? What is this machine that's on top of it that looks like a disc? I'll zoom in. Looks like a giant UFO craft projecting a light or opening something. Just take a look at that, folks. Seeing is believing, as always. Unbelievable. That's the full picture. Moving on. Super highlighted so you can see that this disc on top of what people call the sun is consistent. And this thing is open, the portal, and you see all the stuff dripping out of it. You can almost see the windows or tears in the craft that's sitting on top. And it has a dark circle on top of it. Let's zoom in and see. See the structure on top and the dome? The geometry, rectangles. Can't fake it at this point in time, folks. Not one bit. Moving on. But me holding it right here, I want y'all to see the face that's being projected right here, folks. I'm going to show you a series of faces that's in the backdrop. See the eyes, the nose, mouth, chin area, top of the head. It'll get greater later, trust me. Back to the focal point. Super zoom. Look at all the structure that's going around the sun, folks. The Stargate. Look at that. What could that dark mark be? The hole in the sun that NASA's been showing? Are these explosions? I mean, this thing is dripping. Look at that, folks. Look at the structure on the bottom. Full picture. Moving on. Another one. That disc, that craft is not up there anymore, folks. You can see it for yourself. So understand the immensity, how big that thing was. And we'll go back to it. More structure and detail, and the disc is back on top. Look at that, folks. This looks like an opening or entrance or a porthole or portal. And look at the craft that's sitting on top of it. It's so crazy, folks. I'm moving fast. Got about 28 screenshots I got to get through. Colorado Skywatch, I just saw your video, bro, and you know I got to do a breakdown on it. Super crazy, always. Look at look how it's changing, folks. Now the disc is on the bottom. Look at the detail and design that's coming off of what people call the sun. I'm going to zoom in super tight, and then zoom in on the craft that's either controlling this thing or coming in and out of it, because it started out on top, now it's on the bottom. Structure, folks. You see it. Can't be made up. Holes. Moving on. Super highlighted. I mean, crazy contrast. You see how dark I got it? Now let's zoom in. Look at the ship at the bottom. Look at the structures coming off this thing. This almost looks like an entity right here. We're going to zoom into that. But let's super zoom right fast. Zoom back out for perspective. See the whole structure. The unnatural stuff that's coming off of what people call the sun. When I filmed this through my camera, it looked like the sun moving through a mass of so-called clouds. But it's definitely more than meets the eye. Structure, detail, design, tiers. Looks like a ship or some type of structure. Either this thing is rotating around because the disc is consistent either on top or the bottom. And this looks like some type of being coming off the side right here. Like, I mean, literally, you can see his arm up. You see his face, his head, his eye. I mean, I'll pull the point out on my pen so you can see the blackness of this entity's eye, the whiteness of his face, clothing, and then the same consistent color as his face as for his hand. Peace, love, and light. You already know. Nothing but the best. And I'm going to zoom this out to show you this giant face that's being projected right here, folks. Eye, nose, mouth. It'll show up in the screenshots the more I move forward. But I'm pulling up the light so you can see the silhouette of the face. I'll take it back to normal and then zoom in on the so-called sun. This one is in black and white, and you clearly can see this is a disc-shaped object that's separate from the sun, but definitely around it, the entity I described. But let's go to the ship. Look at that, folks. If that's not a disc-shaped UFO that's trailing what we call the sun, and all types of geometry, triangles going around this thing, structure, detail, design. I mean, it's clear to see. I'll super zoom, then pull out right here. Let's look at that, folks. That's wicked clear. And then we'll go to the face of the entity. Body, hand, face, head. Arm up. Arm coming down. Pull the zoom back out. And when I do that, you can clearly see the ear of the giant being. The eye, nose, mouth, head. You even see his mustache. Eye. Moving on. This is the outline of it. So when I go to the next shot, it's very clear to see. Eye, nose, mustache area, face. Seeing is believing, folks. This stuff is in the sky right now. This is all recent. Can't make it up. Face again. Pull down the light. I mean, how much more detail can you get in the eyeball than that? I'll zoom in on it. See his eyelid, his pupil, forehead, and the nose is right here. Zoom out for a perspective to show you that seeing is believing. You see the eye, the nose, the other eye, the mouth. Moving on. Face again. The eyes are even in a different position, folks. Eye, nose, mouth, facial hair, head. Yeah. It's not a joke. And then you see this entity right here. When I pull down the light, you'll see nose, eye, mouth open, ear, hair, neck, body. Can't make it up, folks. Seeing is believing. Just look at that and let it vibrate. Let it sink into your soul. See the nose, mouth open, eyeball, ear, hair, neck, body. Right next to the weird looking so-called sun that we know is something different. Yeah, and I say again, they really hated on my video when I said all the people on TV that are saying they have this and that are all actors. That video won't even play. How can you trust actors? They get paid to be different personalities and act certain ways. You got to be kidding me. They're the worst of society. How do you deal with a person like that when they're trained to act, lie, and deceive you, cry on cue, laugh on cue? Emotionless creatures. See it for yourself, folks. This is the sun. Let's take a look at the giant face being projected. Again, eye, nose, mouth. Pull down some light. Look at that. You can almost see the grayness of the mustache and goatee. Look at the eyelids, the eyeballs. Zoom in on this eye right here. Pull it back to normal. Got another one here where the face is even more clear. I just have to pull down some light so it's not washed out. Same giant face. Crazy looking sun. And the entity right here is even more clear. I'll zoom in on it. You see the different variation of color in the hair, the pointed ear, the eye, the nose, the mouth open, the neck, shoulder line. Looks like a woman yelling. Right at the giant face that's right next to her. Eyes, nose, mouth. Crazy, folks. Just so you can see, it's really there. More structure and all types of weirdness dripping off the sun. Another projection of a face. Pull down the light and then go right there. It's right here. There's all types of wicked stuff I'm seeing in these clouds. You see the mouth, the nose, the eyes. It's a crazy face right there, folks. Nose, eyes, slits in the eye. I'll zoom in so you can see the eye is very clear. Zoom out for perspective so it can stare at you the same way it's staring at me. Moving on. Look at that face. Eye, nose, mouth, mustache. You can see the different color in the mustache and the green around the head. The inside of the eye is purple. Structure and detail coming off the sun. You got to be kidding me, folks. What is this? Crazy, folks. Moving on. Screenshot. What is this, folks? You got to understand that the sun is not what they tell you. I'm here to show you. Just take a look. I don't have to say much. Look at the structure that's there. Moving on. Beelzebub is here, folks. Let me get some blood circulation in my arm. It's been bent for a minute. It's definitely here, folks. Giant, crazy looking insect being. Wings coming out. Head, pyramid on his back. Because of definitely a ship. Eye right there. But this one is in the shape of a giant insect with a massive pyramid on his back. This is the creature's face. I'll zoom in on it. Clearly can see his eye. Washed in light, folks. We want to bring it to you. Let's get the focus catch back up. Crazy face right there. But watch this, folks. There we go. A little manipulation with the contrast. You see the giant bug being. And then you see the crazy looking face that's being projected right there. Let's zoom in on the face first. Get ready. Eye, nose, mouth open. Get ready, folks. You see him. Don't look human to me. Got a light being right in the middle. I mean, it's so bright. I'll try to pull it down so you can see it. That's the best I could do on that. That thing right there is so illuminated. It's hard to translate. But then I'll take you into of course, the giant bug, Beelzebub. See the eye, the face of the giant insect. The pyramid that's on its back. The wings. Entity right here. You see it. You see the strange looking being that you've never seen before with the eye, crazy looking head, body. Looks like E.T. from the movie, literally. Yeah. This is what I do, folks. But you see the giant bug. Let's let the focus catch up. There's a lot of hate going around. Moving on. See the face already. Look like something from out of the Avengers. See that? Look like Thanos or somebody, or Galactus. Purple face, gold helmet, purple intersecting. Looks like a fez going through the top of the helmet, or some type of pointed ear that matches the skin perfectly. Dark eyes, Egyptian style chin coming down. You see it for yourself, folks. I mean, you clearly can see the detail in the nose and nostrils. Like, I'll zoom in, if you really need to be stunned anymore. Clear to see. Zoom back out for perspective. And just take a look. Eye, nose, nostril, mouth, pointed Egyptian style chin, gold, top of the head, purple, look like a warrior helmet. Ear is pointed, matching the purple of the skin. Dark eyes. See it for yourself. Peace, love, and light. Something big coming. They don't want you to see it. They don't want you to be part of it. They want you to miss it. But I'm here, folks. That's supposed to be the sun. Took this through the clouds. How is that possible? What is it? Artificial light in an artificial place. That's all it is, folks. Trying to give you a good screenshot to go home to. We'll get there. 28 screenshots. It was a lot. Peace, love, and light. See the giant UFO on top of the artificial light. One love. Peace and power.